Mercury poisoning may cause neurological damage that impairs learning, vision, and memory. And mercury itself has become part of our everyday lives, absorbed by certain fish, taken into our bodies, and passed on to our children like a common cold. But you can stop this. Log on to earthshare.org and find out how. A public service message brought to you by Earthshare and the Ad Council.
It is very much the school where you get out of it what you put into it.
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting in Lombard gets results.
My name is Misty Callahan, and I am a traffic reporter for Total Traffic and Weather Network.
From being on air to the all-important behind the scenes.
You're constantly doing projects, and it's like not just in class stuff, too. I mean, there are projects you have to do outside of class time as well as interning.
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting Lombard campus is where you go if you're serious about a career in broadcasting.
You had to come up with the show topics. You had to research the show topics, come up with talking points for your host. So it's not something that you just take a lackadaisical approach to. But if it's something that you really want to do, if you really want to be a reporter, if you really want to be on air, you really want to be a camera guy, then yeah, it's a program that'll at least give you the entry-level skills to help you get that first job in the business.
I'm Jonathan Hood, instructor at Illinois Center for Broadcasting in Lombard, and I suggest that you find out more today by going to the website beonair.com/Chicago Sports. That's beonair.com/Chicago Sports.
Hi, this is Joe Perry.
And Steven Tyler of Aerosmith for Red. You know, it's okay to rock and roll and party down. Just don't get in that 2,000-pound bullet when you're done and cocked. And please don't drink and drive. I'm the one that jaded you.
A reminder that friends don't let friends drive drunk. A public service message brought to you by the Ad Council, U.S. Department of Transportation, National Association of Broadcasters, and RAD.
What's up? It's Jonathan Hood from Chicago's Game Night. You've heard me talk about the Illinois Center for Broadcasting in Lombard, but what do the students think?
My name's John Stevens. I am a promotion coordinator at ESPN. Everybody was helpful. Everyone cared. All the teachers at ICB were really there and passionate about their job and sharing their idea and their dream with you so you could achieve your goal.
At ICB in Lombard, you learn the tools that will help you get that first job in the business. Dozens of industry pros teach you how to be on air, produce shows behind the scenes, work digital equipment, and design web pages.
And it works around your time. It's very flexible, and they work with you at every hour and any day they possibly can.
Plus internships, career placement assistance, and a commitment to your success.
I'm living the dream, and I suggest that everyone who has a passion for radio or television or web design, ICB is definitely a place for them to go.
Go to beonair.com/Chicago Sports to get started. That's beonair.com/Chicago Sports.
Just being part of the ESPN team is special, and it's all because of ICB.
You love sports, you have drive and determination, but you need skills to work in sports broadcasting. Hey, this is Herb Lawrence. I'm here to tell you how to get those skills, just like I did at the Illinois Center for Broadcasting in Lombard. Get hands-on training for a career in radio, TV, or digital media. Learn to be a host, producer, or shoot and edit video. With internships, job placement assistance, and affordable tuition, you can get started with a new career at the Illinois Center for Broadcasting. Enrolling now. Go to beonair.com/score. That's beonair.com/score.
SportsTownChicago.com is the internet sports station that is located at the Illinois Center for Broadcasting in Lombard, Illinois. We offer you a chance, or should I say, an opportunity, to become an on-air personality, get invited to live sporting events, and we teach you how to interact with your listeners. Get the training you need to get in the broadcasting industry. Just go to SportsTownChicago.com or dial 630-916-1700.
You must be your fairy godmother. Yes.
It doesn't take a fairy godmother to tell you that the right fit means everything.
Good heavens, child. You can't go in that.
Children under 4'9" need to be in a booster seat because they aren't ready for adult safety belts alone. Remember that 4'9" is the magic number, and get your little pumpkin there safely in a booster seat.
Oh, thank you.
For more information, visit boosterseat.gov. This has been a message from the U.S. Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
What's up, Chicago? It's Rufio. Are you looking to get hands-on training for a career in radio or TV? Just do what I did and go to the Illinois Center for Broadcasting. Whether you're looking to be on air or behind the scenes, the Illinois Center for Broadcasting is for you. As a graduate of ICB, I was placed in an internship with KISS FM, and now I'm on the air. You can do the same. For more info, go to beonair.com/career. That's beonair.com/career.
SportsTownChicago.com is your place for NIHL high school club hockey.
Ooh, wow.
Every goal, all of the checks, and every jarring hit. SportsTownChicago.com, in a league of our own.
Hey, it's Herb Lawrence. If you love sports and you want a career in broadcasting, then go to the Illinois Center for Broadcasting. Log on to beonair.com right now. The Illinois Center for Broadcasting trains you for careers in radio, TV, and online media. With internships, financial aid for those who qualify, job placement assistance, and day and night classes, you could start your new career in less than a year. Log on to beonair.com right now. Take it from me, Herb Lawrence. Check out the Illinois Center for Broadcasting. Go to beonair.com/Chicago Sports. That's beonair.com/Chicago Sports.
When you need a break from your busy schedule, kick back and listen to the fun sports and entertainment interviews from SportsTownChicago.com. The Big Interview is where you hear SportsTownChicago.com personalities pick the brains of the biggest names in sports, music, movies, and TV. To catch up on all the fun, go to the audio SportsTownChicago.com and click on the audio tab. SportsTownChicago.com. We are in a league of our own. Yeah! Guests on SportsTownChicago.com are brought to you by the Illinois Center.
They call me King Ho, copy. They call me King Ho, copy. Call me King Ho, copy.
And the Cougars have a 3-1 advantage against the Illiana Blackbirds. Sportstown Chicago's coverage of the United States Premier Hockey League, the West Conference. And these Cougars have been some kind of an impressive. Eric O'Brien, Eric Willowhite, Chris Labosco with you here. And one of our keys to the game was get someone other than Svein and Nickerson involved. I'd say that they did that even though Svein got on the board.
Yeah, you still want your top line to get on the board, of course, but and you know, Svein Train was one of the people that we had on that keys of the game as well, but Nick Kropp getting a goal was huge for this team. It's been a little bit since he got involved in some goals, so you want to get him going. There's a lot of guys in this team that can get involved defensively too. They've got some really talented defensive players. We saw Hunter Schiffman carry the puck up ice a couple of times. Willie DeRemus, Matt Olson, who I talked with there at the end, and I talked with all these guys too during the in the week as well, which helps out as too. They're a really good group of guys. There's some really good chemistry here for the Cougars. It's just about doing the little things right. Moving on here in the second period. And when you look at our three keys, the intensity didn't start there, but it definitely got there. Zavain got on the board and secondary scoring. So just got to keep number one going, and they should be all right in this one, guys.
Cody Raybrock notched his 12th goal, Zvain his 19th goal, and Kropp his 8th goal for the Cougars. Jack Krolak added one for the Illiana Blackbirds. Eric, the surface was certainly part of the story in the first period. Early struggles and timing issues. What do you expect out of this second start?
Well, I think the Cougars will step this up a little bit more now going into the second period. They had that feeling out period, those like first 7 minutes of the game where Illiana brought the intensity and the Cougars weren't able to match. But as the course of the game goes along, as long as the Cougars are playing with the same level of intensity they finished the first period with, I think their overall depth is going to take over this game.
A quick shot and a quick goal for Chicago.
Not a good goal there for the goalie standpoint, but obviously from the Cougar standpoint, great shot, put it on net, good things happen.
That's Sam Zatera who got the goal too. He's a guy who just got back from a concussion himself. So we were talking about concussions with some of the other players. You know, it's nice to get him back. I talked with Brad Stofers earlier, and he said he's a top 6 guy, so they really were missing him. They didn't have him for the Dells Ducks series, and you saw it get right past that short side on the goalkeeper. I was shocked it got into the net. I didn't think there was going to be enough room.
Just Zatera's 3rd goal of the season, only his 10th game played so far, and right away, Chicago adds to their lead in the start of the second period.
There's more of that secondary scoring we talked about early on.
Now 4 unanswered goals for the Cougars. Working in white from left to right this period. You'll see Illiana in the red, resembling what the Blackhawks look like. But they are the Black Birds.
In color only at this point, let's say.
Chicago again in front, and we see some new players on the ice. Kropp had a goal early on. One of our first looks at Brandon Furter on the ice for Chicago, and, well, he misses the puck there.
Kind of hopped over his stick funny.
In front, Illiana trying it, but a pedestrian try at best.
And then the net came off the boring afterwards to stop play, as we're going to take a look again down at that first opportunity. And you're going to see most of the short side is covered up. He moved his glove hand. That's why it got through.
Inside, right.
If he keeps his glove hand there, he actually reacted and moved it away. That's why it got through on Zater's shot.
It was almost like he was guessing where the puck was going.
And there was no screen in front either.
Right.
Illiana, another face-off in behind Chicago's net. Needs to answer some kind of scoring here. On the left circle. And now Chicago comes away with it. And they'll clear their zone. Struggle to clear center ice, and Illiana hoping to make a mark in this second period. In front,
That was a nice save there by Barr, because that actually hit off one of his own teammates' sticks and almost went in the net.
He just upended.
No call. Oh, there's a call.
Yeah, I was going to say, they've got the hand up in the air there. Interference or a trip they could have called there. There's a couple of things. Kind of slew-footed the guy, it looked like, there on that far side.
Starvovich took a tumble.
I don't think it was purpose, but it doesn't matter if it was purpose or not. Lockinen's going into the box.
And so Chicago will be on their first power play defense. Illiana killed 2 of Chicago's in the first period. We'll see how the Cougars handle this situation.
Cougars very aggressive on their kill is something that you'll notice, guys. They will come out to the points and play the players there. They have very good confidence in the player going to play out, and they also have good confidence that they're going to be positioned correctly on the kill in order to allow that pressure to happen on the outside.
The Blackbirds need this scoring opportunity to succeed.
Official call on Lockinen was interference.
Illiana trails by 3 early in the second period. Not much urgency on this power play so far. And picked off, and here come the Cougars.
Good recovery there by Keller. He got in the way and saved a potential breakaway by the Cougars on a shorthanded opportunity.
I think Cody Rayback actually slowed down a little bit too much. He didn't think that puck was going to have enough steam to stay with him, so he didn't quite have the opportunity he may have could have if he just kept skating as hard as he was. So a little bit of a break there for the Blackbirds, but you can see, though, guys, it's a very aggressive penalty kill from the Cougars, and they're staying with that aggression here early on with it, and that's what you want to see from them on their kill.
Now about 63 seconds left on Illiana's power play. They need it desperately.
To see what the Blackbirds can do, when you do have that pressure, there is going to be some big openings, but you got to move that puck quick. Make them work harder, too, if you're Illiana.
Theodanka and Karpikov trying to move it along. Rusakov fell down. Under 40 seconds left in this power play. And the puck being trapped on the half boards. And here comes Chicago, clearing their zone. Nickerson loses it, and he'll retreat. It's Karpikov. 20 seconds. Can Illiana take advantage of this power play?
I don't think they've had a shot on goal yet.
Not yet.
Rusakov trying to work it in, and a shot deflected. And Barr will control it.
Good decision by Barr. If his team needs to change a couple of killers, it is the long period of the long change. Bounced right off the end boards and right to him, too. As we'll watch. Smart play by him, too, to see where that puck was going off the end boards and then kind of play like a shortstop almost.
All hope not lost in this power play. Still 6 seconds. Can they get a quick shot? There's one. No good. And Chicago holds strong. A penalty kill.
Good penalty kill by the Cougars there. Coming into the game, they had an 86% penalty kill rate, which is really good.
Palermo checks over his shoulder and clears that. Now here comes Chicago. In front, move, no. Deflection, no good. And wasn't sure if we were going to have a penalty there. A couple of players falling over each other. Another deflection for Karstensen. He's done a decent job in this late start.
That's a beautiful save he had made there on that breakaway opportunity for Jesper Longberg. Nice little head fake by Longberg, and he was able to stay with them and as he went to his backhand.
Chicago has numbers. Instead, they will go for a line change.
They had to touch up too because the offside, the late offsides.
Boy, he almost got his clock cleaned.
Palermo whiffed on what looked like it was going to be a massive check.
You know what? If he connected with that check, it may have been called something, though, too. He took quite a few strides to get there. That came off the board, and that's why he got the stoppage, too.
Get another look at it here, and just out of our screen, but you can see Palermo was closing quickly.
Maybe not, you know what, watching the replay of it again, maybe it wouldn't have been called anything. It probably would have just been a really nice hit, but either way.
It looked like he was going really high, close to that head area, so he might have thought twice about doing it, especially up 4-1. No need. Chicago's starting to do all the little things. They're starting to win face-offs, doing everything that they weren't doing at the start of this game.
Yeah, and the easy call for the official there was batted out of the air, I think, by Letmansky. Or maybe it was cropped towards Letmansky. Either way, hand pass, easy call for the official.
Cougars a 3-point lead, and we're a quarter of the way through the second period. Illiana not too many scoring chances after their first quick goal.
They're winning some face-offs, but they're just not able to generate after that.
And they're not possessing the puck after they win the face-off.
Right.
Chicago not slowing down one bit, rushing to the puck. But Illiana will move it along and try to clear. Is that Olsen or Schiffman back there? You can't quite tell yet. Looks to be Schiffman. Starvovich, what can he do? Moving it in, shot no, near side, nothing doing with Barr.
They did the only thing he could do there. Man was collapsing on him quickly, so he had to get the shot off in a hurry. Good speed, nice save by Barr.
Good communication by Letmansky and Olsen on the back end because Hunter Schiffman had jumped up into the play. So you had Letmansky, he crosses with Olsen. Olsen takes the man, have the defenseman on the strong person with the puck, and then you have Letmansky to have the trailer to not let anything get through. So good communication there. That's going to happen sometimes when you're an aggressive team like the Cougars, but you have to have the communication.
A face-off and a quick shot from Illiana was no good. And you saw on that replay, Barr was not giving up anything from the near side.
Closed it off nicely. He's been playing really well in his crease so far, getting out on top and stopping some shots, and very good rebound control, too.
There's Olsen and Palermo working from the near side to the far side and not letting any Blackbird by them. This has been all white jerseys so far.
I think they're not going to be happy with their effort, though, so far. I think they're going to say, you know what, we probably haven't played as well as we could.
Illiana will go for some fresh legs. Chicago will regroup.
Yeah, I know there was a power play in between there for Illiana, but we're about 7.5 minutes into the second period. Aside from that quick early goal, though, there hasn't been as much pressure on the Illiana goalie as you would have thought at this stage.
Or if you're the Cougars that you would like to have on the Illiana goalie in Creston.
Exactly.
And we have a bit of a dog pile going on for quite a few seconds. I think we're closing in on about 30 seconds of people being stuck over that puck, and Chicago comes out with it.
It's the Velcro puck.
And Chicago will clear their entire line. They had to get back quickly, but they do. This is Karpikov. Loses a skate.
It's always good. The Cougars are able to make a line change there and not get adversely impacted.
Vervliet, no. Vervliet in behind the net again. Well, it doesn't look like Illiana has too much energy. Almost looks like they burned themselves out in the first period as another player loses his skate.
Just might be, too, the speed difference between these two teams. You see that the Cougars are clearly the faster team.
And speaking of that speed, here comes Nickerson blowing by everybody, but he'll have to dive in. Vane trying to keep it in the zone. Nickerson in front, shot, no. Palermo was calling for it. Nickerson, try again, and that one's good.
Wow. That was what a one-timer for Gavin Nickerson in the circle there. I saw him loading up, but gosh, for a quick snapshot like that, I mean, I'm surprised the water bottle stayed on the net. As you're seeing the puck go in behind here, and you see it get set up, you're going to watch. Nickerson's going to skate back here. He loads up for the one-timer. Like I said, didn't go all the way up, but snaps it right past the blocker side of the goalkeeper. I mean, he didn't even react till it was already in the net.
No.
And you saw the water bottle bounce, too.
Karstensen never saw it. Chicago up 5-1 now. Scoreboard still says 4. I don't know if they're not counting that goal or what, but I'm pretty sure it's a 4-goal advantage right now for the Cougars, and you can see why Nickerson is the scoring leader for this Cougars offense.
A lot of talent on that top line, that's for sure, for the Cougars.
Ray Biggins and Vane both with assists, so top line doing their thing.
22nd goal of the season for number 19 in white.
The refs are wanting him to update the scoreboard, I think.
Yeah, probably, but either way, those offsides there is what you saw call. I think it was Lomberg was the one who might have been offsides. So that's why you had the stoppage here.
Little stick work between Schiffman and Krolak there.
And if Illiana is going to do anything, they're going to have to get it started sooner than later.
All right, things are getting a little testy here now. Schiffman and Krolak had been going at it, and then Sands jumped in from Illiana on Schiffman.
See if they go offsetting here or not. I think Hunter's going in too. He's kind of well, no, maybe not.
Yeah, I think Sands was the third man into that scrum, so maybe they're calling him.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, well, yeah, no, Hunter, because the penalty boxes are on the same side as the benches here, so it's a little different than what you're used to if you're watching an NHL game.
Maybe
so he kept skating. He was like right by the one door, but also kind of by the penalty door. So I was like, yeah, no, yeah, and then he went to the bench. So power play for the Cougars.
Sands will go in for 2 minutes, and this is the Cougars' third power play opportunity. Illiana killed the last 2, but the Cougars are a different team since then.
Still want to get some good work on the power play. That's one area where the Cougars have not played well.
And we're halfway through the second period here.
The call was roughing on Sands.
Like you said, third guy in.
Olsen.
Delayed offsides.
Yep.
Well, picked out of the air nicely by the Cougars, but an errant pass, and I don't think that will cost them anything. Illiana's all back in their own zone, trying to prevent the Cougars from scoring again like we might do right. No.
Nice stick work there, 66, Illiana.
He's lucky that the move that Ledmansky tried didn't work. He almost pulled that back far enough to get around him diving on the ice.
But as a defenseman, you want to, in that position, keep that stick down on the ice. That's exactly what they did. Now a shorthanded goal.
And a good goal for Illiana. Trying to climb back into this thing. I couldn't even see who that was just yet.
We'll get another look at it. Here's the good thing for us.
He came streaking towards us.
I mean, I don't know what you see the player diving over, but there's nobody else back for the Cougars. I think they were changing their power play line and got caught is what ended up happening here. Because you see the forwards coming in late.
Right.
So that's just a bad turnover when you're going through the middle of the ice there. And that's one of those passes we talk about that there's times to take those passes and then times to not. When you're in the middle of a change like that, you got to make sure that you keep control of that puck. Don't allow your team to get an odd man rush like that.
And that was Joe Starvovich, number 47, coming across. We were waiting to hear it over the loudspeaker here. And so now it's a 3-goal game.
Let's see if the Cougars can respond and answer that shorthanded goal.
Everyone out in front of Illiana's goal there. Oh.
Good wraparound by Zvane.
A one-handed wraparound. Zvane reaching everything that he had into it. Barr will.
So it looks like we have a change in goal right now for Illiana. I just caught that.
And that change looks like Joe Stolfo.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's Stolfo.
Number 29 taking over in net. So Carstenson's night is done, or afternoon, I should say. Chicago still pushing. Nickerson working around, leaves it back for Palermo. A fire towards the net. Not too much happening. Cougars don't look to be pushing all men on deck quite yet. There's a 2-on-3 reaching.
Wow.
Excellent play there.
And another goal for Chicago.
That was an excellent give and go.
That was Lomberg and the captain and Mike Watson were the two combined on that one. That was just beautiful hockey right there. You see Lomberg doing the work there, getting around one player. He feeds through, threading the needle to Watson, who was streaking through the middle of the ice. There is nothing that the new goalkeeper could do for Illiana in number 29 in Stolfo. That's a hard shot to stop when it's point blank like that, and it's a quick one-timer.
Chris, do you think their defenseman, though, kind of cheated? He should have stayed with the man more than he started going towards the shooter on that play?
The initial problem was he really had nothing to do. It's either stay with the guy who's got the puck or go to the puck or stay on the man.
One or the other.
Right.
He kind of looked like he was in between on that.
Yeah, he was in between, but that's one of the things that's what this level is for, to work on something like that. When you look at it, too, I mean, Lomberg makes the move around and turn it into that 2-on-1, so you got to give a lot of credit to him.
Ooh. Illiana trying to answer and paying the price for it.
Big hit there by Palermo. Broke up a good scoring opportunity there for Illiana.
And so for Watson, that's his 9th goal of the season. Now a 6-2 advantage as we close in on 6.5 minutes in this second period. Ooh, a hard check right behind the ref, right in front of us. You could hear that one.
Satera going off right away, too.
Let's hope he's okay. Just needs a second to collect his thoughts, maybe.
Yeah, it wasn't a high hit. It was his body that went in. Maybe just hit a leg or something into the boards.
There's Chicago one more time. We're going to have a
upended.
The net goes sliding. That was Schiffman trying to get in there, and now we got a scrum, a little skirmish.
Brennan Peters was not happy with what happened to Hunter Schiffman, I believe, as he went after a guy.
Schiffman's kind of been involved in a couple scraps here.
It looks like the stick gets all puck, but the follow-through trips Schiffman and going full speed.
And I think that's, you know what? I think that's what the player in Chase Buffet is trying to say is, I got this. His stick hit the puck first, so that's technically not a trip.
He went in between the legs. Usually they go in front, and then it's pretty obvious that you get the puck first, but he actually came in between the legs, reached through, got the puck.
Now, that might have been why they called the trip, because he didn't go around and get to the puck because he went underneath the player. That might be why they called it a trip, but normally if you get the puck first and then you get the guy's legs, well, that's not a trip.
Fahey still not happy, having words with the referee, trying to argue his point. And it will fall on deaf ears.
But I think this ends up being 4-on-4 because I think you have a roughing and then you have the one call, so we will actually have 4-on-4. It won't be offsetting minors, I believe. Maybe. Not sure.
Right, it was tripping on Bafia, and then Peters had roughing.
Well, they got 5 out there, so it is 5-on-5.
Okay.
I was wrong. That's okay, though.
So we have 5-on-5, but we do have 2 people in the penalty box for that fight. And Illiana needs to get back on the scoreboard here before this period ends. Chicago.
Yes, I don't know. I did not hear fighting called as the penalty.
No, it wasn't fighting.
So it's just 2 coincidental minors.
Yeah, roughing and I think maybe the trip, because I think that was the player who ended up doing the trip.
Letmansky finds his way with the puck. Leaves it off, coming in front of the net. A wall of red jerseys to answer that.
End up icing the puck, though, there, Eric, and bring this one back in.
So I think one of the things we're going to want to keep an eye on as the rest of the game goes on, obviously, is the frustration level of Illiana. You can see the play getting a little bit chippy here. Now they're down 4 goals. Unless they can score a couple quick goals to close the gap here.
What I want to know is who's the player that Peters got tied up with?
And that we could not see.
Because he didn't go into the box.
No, he didn't.
I thought you were going to have 2 players for Illiana go in.
Nickerson in front, nothing. Comes away empty, and Chicago will try again. Now, guys, if you're Chicago, do you keep pushing forward because that's who you are, or do you just pull off and try to milk this clock?
Definitely keep pushing forward. If you start to pull off, you get complacent, and that's how you cause bad tendencies.
Svein calling for it, gets it, and the new goalie does well to hold that one with no deflection because Nickerson was closing.
You don't want to create bad habits. So if you start to let off, if you start to get a little lazy, that's when you start to make bad habits, and those can really, really just not help you as a player.
At the same time, you don't want to get careless and then have anything in the back of your net because of turnovers, sloppy play. So it is a balance.
Right. Stay aggressive, but don't get overly aggressive.
Right.
Watson with the face-off, and a loose puck was right in front of the net. He was not able to capitalize. Another quick shot for Chicago is stopped by Stolfo.
So, right, you like that shot from Zatera that he's able to get that off. He saw he had an opening.
And
nice, another win by Watson.
Watson gets the hat trick of face-offs at least. And now Olsen will clear it out for his men to come forward. Illiana cuts that pass off. But the red jerseys just seem a little bit behind the white ones anywhere they are on the ice.
Most part, yeah, that's pretty true. I think the team speed is one of the factors you're talking about there, Eric, because the Cougars are very fast from top to bottom.
Lonberg is sitting in front of the net, desperately hoping for a pass to come his way. Now he'll back off. Looking to pick up an easy goal, 23 was. Stoffel had a rude awakening to this game, but he's done well since.
I think Lonberg wants.
Stavicic.
Nice.
Yes. Illiana cuts it to 3.
There's nothing that Barr can do about that one. That's a player who gets free behind the defense. And yeah, he's got a player on his back, but he's able to fight him off enough where he's able to do a nice move here from his backhand back to his forehand and then go top shelf on that near side for the goal.
He got that off quickly, too.
Yeah, Barr can't do anything about that.
No, that was a good goal. That was a good goal.
One constant for Illiana is that Stavicic has been all over, at least in front of the Cougars' net.
On that shift there, one thing is Poya on Illiana was kind of mixing it up with a couple of Cougars players. I don't know if that led to any distraction from the lines, but just keep an eye on that. That's something that Illiana is going to try and do here, at least do some agitation, get the Cougars off their game. That might have been in play here and why Stavicic got the goal.
And that's Stavicic's second goal of the game. And now Kopovic to Rusakov. No.
He couldn't get much on the backhand.
A little life for Illiana. Chicago looking to just stave off this energy for the remainder of the second period. 2:30 and counting with a 6-3 advantage right now.
Got a guy going for Illiana, I believe, into the box, too. The official was not happy at all with something. I'm not sure what, but the puck was in control of Illiana. There was nothing really going on. I believe that's
Karpikov.
Yeah, Karpikov is the one that, and he's throwing his stick. I think he's been ejected from the game, too.
And it looks like he will be escorted off the ice.
So obviously you got a game misconduct here, and then we'll see what the penalty was.
Don't know if we have what he did on replay or not.
He might have said something to the officials, too, because there was no Cougars players around. And you're having the captains out there to talk right now. You've got Watson on one side, and on the other side you've got Kyle Fahey.
And it's unfortunate for the Blackbirds because they had just kind of gotten a little life, and now one of their best players exits the arena.
Well, not only that, you might have to have two players. I think maybe one or two players. I think you're going to be short-handed here.
Yeah, they have a 2-minute minor, so someone's serving the penalty for Karpikov right now.
And then they probably got a misconduct that's got to be on there too. So somebody's maybe have to sit in there for 10 minutes. I'm not sure.
Well, I'm not sure if he got 10 or a game, so we're going to find out here shortly.
Well, I think it's a game since they sent him off.
Right.
But still.
Well, either way, there's been a lot of confusion for Illiana as far as how many men and who's going to come out. Right now, it's 5-on-4 hockey in favor of Chicago. And this is already a potent offense. You don't need to give them any more advantage. Shot wide. Got deflected in front of the net. And Doremus will try again.
10-minute. He got a 10-minute.
1:30 on the power play as Chicago comes up again. Nickerson took a stick to the chin. He'll stay in.
So to Chris's point, because there's only a couple minutes left in the period, there was no need to have someone serving the penalty in the box for the misconduct.
Remus and Nickerson skies that one to the ceiling. Another shot, Remus into the chest of Stolfo, and another block for Stolfo. And as we said, a minute into coming into the net, he gave up a goal, but he's been rock solid since.
Yeah, that's it's a tough position to be in. Any goalie has to come in to replace someone. You're not expecting to be on the ice, but that's your job as the backup goalie to be ready because that can happen at any time.
Olsen stops that puck from going into Chicago's zone, but they will retreat in the final minute of this power play. And about a 30-second difference from the power play to the period. And so shorthanded Illiana with numbers, 2-on-1. Centering it, and Barr, did he? The net came loose, but was that because of the puck?
I don't think they're calling a goal here. No. The linesman was there. The ref wasn't there to call it. The linesman was there.
So Barr must have snatched it. You get another look right here. And he gets it with that glove. It looks like he got it with the glove, and the pad actually knocked the net loose for Barr as he was sliding over.
Yeah, nice stop. Nice stop.
30 seconds on the power play for Chicago, taking the face-off in their own zone. Does a good job to win that face-off. Shipman, and here come the Cougars.
Oh, beautiful save
Two stops by Stolfo as he hits the deck, covering up the puck.
That was a great move by Longberg, and an even better save by Stolfo. And we get a look at the replay here. Longberg taking the pass.
Look at this. He's got nothing but open net, and Stolfo slides in.
See how he keeps. So what he did there, he kept his right pad locked to the post. And that allowed him to keep that puck out of the net. Sometimes if you don't do that, you lose your bearing where you are in the net. He could have slid past that, and Longberg would have had the easy goal there. But nice play by Stolfo to keep himself pinned against the post.
Well, he's earning it right now. Stolfo is that. Most of the stops that he's made have been straight to the chest. That one was really challenging and a beautiful stop, and he had to do it twice.
A prime scoring opportunity.
Last 30 seconds of the period, Chicago up 6-3 on Illiana. It's been a little bit chippy. Palermo. Oh.
That was blocked by his own man, Lombard.
Lombard had to go airborne to get over that puck.
Power play over now.
Illiana kills a fourth power play. Final 5 seconds. Can they get a shot off? No, they will not. And Chicago is going to go into this third period up 6-3. And for Illiana, Eric, as soon as you get life, one of your better players gets ejected, and it looks like it really just sucked the air out of this team.
Well, I think actually you got a game, you didn't get into game misconduct. After hearing it, it looks like you got a 10-minute misconduct. So he's going to be back later into the third period. We'll see, though, if they're able to push any more momentum now. It's a 6-3 game. It's a little bit closer probably than anticipated, but Illiana still, if they have a good, strong push to the third period, they could make this a game, but they're going to have to bring everything they've got.
Illiana is going to have to find some kind of answer for this potent Cougars offense, and we are going to go ahead and send it down to Chris Labosco. He's standing by with the head coach, Brad Stofers. Take it away, Chris.
Thanks, Eric. Down here with head coach and general manager Brad Stofers. And Brad, second period there, thoughts after these first two? It seemed like at the end there the guys kind of lost the pace they had earlier on.
Yeah, just a little sloppy. We got a lead and we got a little comfortable, I think. Started to get in some bad habits. A few of the lines were still moving the puck really well and moving their feet, but some of our D think it's point night. Once we get up by a few goals and then they start pinching and we get beat back on a couple odd man rushes and things like that. So we got to tighten it up, Each game you got to play all three periods, so it's going to be good.
When you look at it too, your goalkeeper in Max Barr, he stopped some of those opportunities. This game could be a little bit closer if he wasn't playing as well as he has so far.
Yeah, he's playing well tonight. We haven't seen him in a few weeks, so it's good to get a look at him and see how he's progressing. He's still one of our newer guys, so getting a feel for how he plays and manages games. He's done a good job tonight. We've given him not a lot of support and given up a lot of odd man rushes, so he's done a good job keeping it steady and keeping us in it.
And to go along with that, Zatera, another guy who's back in after he had to be out because of injury. What are your thoughts of him playing in the lineup today? I almost said tonight. It's used to the night games. But today, so far, he's looked pretty good. He's got a goal, too.
Yeah, he scored a goal, which is good for his confidence, get him back rolling. Shift length's a big thing coming back from an injury after you've been out for 2 or 3 weeks. A lot of times you think you can just roll right into it, and you can't necessarily get right into it. He plays a very high-tempo, high-speed game also, which is taxing on the body. after, if you take long shifts. So you got to shorten up the shifts, but he contributes both ends of the ice. He's plays our style, which is an up-tempo game, offensive game. He scored a goal, so he's been rewarded for that stuff, which is good. It's great to have him back.
One other thing, power play, that's the one area where you guys haven't been too good so far. It seems like they're just looking for that perfect shot, not just trying to get it on goal sometimes, because they're actually, you got to give credit obviously to their kill too, because they've been pressuring you guys a little bit.
Yeah, they've pressured more than we thought they were going to, I think. So the first one or two, we were a little bit back on our heels, and they were pressuring us more than we had anticipated, which is credit to them. We got to get a net front presence as well. And when the goalie can see shots, it's a lot easier to save than when he can, and there's traffic in front of him. I don't think we've done a good enough job, not just this game, but this season, with having a net front presence. We want the pretty goal, the cute goal. Gotta get pucks and people to the net front is how a lot of goals are scored. So
yeah, I heard you shouting as I was coming over here for the intermission interview. During that last one, you were shouting that front to the guys to have somebody there.
Yeah, it's key. I mean, pucks and people to the net. You'll always see on SportsCenter the pretty goals, but that's only 10 to 15% of the goals in hockey. The rest of them are right in that area that's tight. That you got to be willing to go to those areas and win battles in those areas. And when you do, you're rewarded. So,
all right, thanks, Brad. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Chris. He was down there with head coach Brad Stofers for these Chicago Cougars, and Eric, Coach Stofers has a lot to be proud of with 6 of his players getting on the scoring column.
Yeah, balanced scoring. So again, when we go back to the 3 keys of the game, we talked about secondary scoring. And as a coach, I don't think you can be any happier than having 6 different players putting the puck in the net today for the Cougars. So we have Kropp, Zavain, Nickerson scored in that second period, Watson with a goal, Rayback with a goal, and then Zatara. So spacing that out, spreading out your offense is a good thing. It doesn't give Illiana anyone to key on a specific line because you know there's depth there. 3 goals per each period for the Cougars, so they keep up that pace. We'll see if they do, but that's a strong output. Yeah. Now the key is going to be going in. How does Illiana respond to get in those first 10 minutes of the third period?
Getting to Illiana, it seems like if you're the Cougars and you can just stymie number 47 Joe Starvovich, you got a good chance at really shutting out this team in the third period. We'll see what they can do. The Zambonis are on the ice. We are going to take our second intermission break. The Chicago Cougars and the Illiana Blackbirds. Cougars on top 6-3. Sportstown, Chicago.
It is very much the school where you get out of it what you put into it.